Hey guys, welcome to my three-part series. The three parts are going to be the best 10 bands of the last decade, the best albums of 2010, and upcoming bands that you need to check out in 2011. Now this is the first part of the series, which is going to be the top 10 bands of the past decade. Now I'm going to tell 10 bands that, in my personal opinion, were the best in the last 10 years. So number 10 is going to be Atreyu. To give a little bit of a background on Atreyu, they started out independently in 1999 and the year 2000. They had two EPs, which were Visions and Fractures in the Facade of Your Porcelain Beauty. These were released independently without any record label behind them, and they were both pretty well done, even without any major help against them. After the year 2000, they signed with Victory Records, which was a great choice, and they had three great albums released on this company. They released Suicide Notes and Butterfly Kisses, The Curse, and A Death Grip on Yesterday. All very great releases of CDs, which is why I picked some of these as my favorite records overall. As the years moved on from 2007 to 2010, which is basically the past few years, they signed to Hollywood Records. During these years, they released 3 CDs. These are my least favorite CDs of Atreyu because it's more mainstream, but I still enjoy it nonetheless. They released Lead Sails, Paper Anchor, Congregation of the Damned, and Covers of the Damned. Now 3 of these albums were very well done. It's just the fact that they were a bit too mainstream for me, and they were moving more away from their earlier hardcore sound, so to say. Last off, I'll give my favorite song by Atreyu overall, which is Closer. Alright, for number 9, coming in is Billy Talent. Billy Talent are a Canadian band, rock and roll based, that are signed to Atlantic Records and Warner Music Canada. Personally, growing up, Billy Talent were one of my favorite bands to listen to. You know, the high school range of music, I guess you would say, is what got me into the more nowadays rock and roll style that Billy Talent brings to the I guess, style of music. They had 3 albums as a band, which are named Billy Talent 1, 2, and 3. They kept with a bass name as numbers, I guess you could say, which is really well to see because you usually see bands just name an album after everything different. But to see a consistent name is really cool for Billy Talent. A little quick note about Billy Talent: they have 4 albums if you count their origin band, which was Pez, which they were sued over for the name by some American band, which was also named Pez. But going back to the band of Billy Talent, they are one of the greats of this decade, I do believe, and they give rock and roll, they keep it alive, really, more than anything. Overall, I'm going to say my favorite song by them is Nothing to Lose, because of the fact that was a song that really got me through some tough times, and the lyrics in the song just really explain everything you need to know. So yeah, we'll get to the next one. Number 8 is going to be Breaking Benjamin. Now, these guys signed to Hollywood Records in 2002, and they released their first CD, which is called Saturate. This followed with 3 other releases, which were We Are Not Alone, Phobia, and Dear Agony. All 4 albums were really great by the band. Every song I'm pretty sure you could listen to and just keep listening to because of the fact that it's very well put together. The vocals, guitar work, bass, and drums are just just a great put together music. Now, as for Breaking Benjamin, it really sucks to say this, but as of right now, they're on hiatus. The lead singer is currently having a sickness where he cannot keep on tour for his vocals. There's something wrong with his vocals, I do believe, so that stopped them from performing for a while. It's sad to see, but it's still a great band, and they were great in the last decade. I'm going to say my favorite song by them is called Breath, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it, but still, overall, it's a great song. So we'll get to the next one. Alright guys, next off we have number 7, and it is A Day to Remember. Now a lot of fans out there that are post-hardcore fans, kind of like the emo bands I guess you could say, even though I don't really think A Day to Remember is, that's our next topic, or next band, sorry. First off, they signed to Indianola Records back in 2005 and released their first CD, and their name was Treason. This wasn't a very popular CD because they were still unknown until they heard about Victory Records and were signed there. And that is when their major CD, For Those Who Have Heart, which also had a re-release back in 2007, was brought out. Personally, I have the CD, I have the re-release, and it's just a great CD, and you could really hear this is where A Day to Remember really came out with their sound, and overly, it's just an amazing CD. Going on now, in 2008 they released their CD Homesick, which was also very well done. They're moving away from the very heavy post-hardcore sound to more, I guess you could say, friendly music scene, I guess you could say. But regardless, it's still good, a day to remember. It still had their sound. And now on to this year, when they had What Separates Me From You. Another great CD, which I did a review on, and I can never really complain about them because they always put out great music. A little side note, for those who don't know, back in 2009, sorry, Tom Denny, who was the guitarist, left the band because he wanted to go be at home with family and start his own label, or sorry, his own recording studio that he was at. And former Four Letter Lie lead vocalist, guitar player Kevin Scaff came into the band and took over the spot, and he's doing a great job ever since. So yeah, we'll get on to the next one. Moving on to number 6, guys, we have Rise Against. Now, I could get into a very long backstory on these guys, which started before the year 2000, but I won't. So I'll just go on to 2003, where they signed to DreamWorks Records. This is when they produced their album Siren Song of the Counterculture, which was a great CD and had a lot of good songs, which was still in the punk ages of Rise Against, so to say, and they were still not at their peak rock and roll sound, alternative rock that they have today. After DreamWorks Records were absorbed by Universal Records Studio, they were signed to Geffen Records, and they put out 2 CDs, The Sufferer and The Witness, and Appeal to Reason, which were both released in the last 4 years. Both these CDs were very well done by the band and producers. A lot of the songs are catchy, they've made it to the radio, much music. All those stations, every radio I'm pretty sure possible has had a lot of these songs because of the fact that it appeals to many people, and to me as well. Overall, I'm going to say my favorite song with them is Swing Life Away. Whenever someone's in a mood where they just want to calm down or they just want to be chill the entire day, I'm sure that's one of the songs people listen to. So yeah, we'll get on to the next one.